Hello student, good morning. So today our topic is friction. Friction is a force which opposes the motion of the body. Okay. So whenever a body moves or tends to move over the surface of another body, a force comes into play which acts parallel to the surface of contact and opposes the relative motion. Okay, so this opposing force is called friction. Okay, so friction is a very important topic. Whenever a body moves or tends to move over the surface of another body. Okay, friction is a contact force. Okay, so whenever a body moves or tends to move over the surface of another body, a force comes into play which acts parallel to the surface of contact and opposes the relative motion, and this opposing force is called friction. Okay, so here it has so there are two types of friction: static friction and dynamic friction. Okay, dynamic friction is also called kinetic friction. Okay, so now we discuss two type of forces: static friction and dynamic friction. It is also called kinetic friction. Okay, so friction is a contact force. Its direction of friction always opposite to the direction of applied force or to the direction of motion. Okay, so there are two types of friction: static friction and dynamic friction. Dynamic friction is also called kinetic friction, and friction is a contact force. Its direction always opposite to the direction of motion. Okay, if we take any body, if this body move in right hand direction, then friction force exists between the contact surface of these two bodies. Okay, and which always opposes the motion of the body. So our topic is static friction. Okay, it is the friction between two surfaces of bodies at rest. Okay, the maximum value of static friction is called limiting friction. Okay, static friction, it is the friction between two surfaces of bodies, because friction is a contact force at rest. When body is at rest, then static friction work there. Okay, the maximum value of static friction is called limiting friction. Okay, so we take any body here and anybody applied force here. Okay, this is the applied force on this body, but this body does not start moving. I mean, their frictional force opposes the motion of this body. Okay, the maximum value of friction is that is called limiting frictions. Okay, so this body is at rest, but here this force applied force working on this body, but this body does not start moving. I mean, here this frictional force maximum than applied force here. Okay, and the maximum value of this frictional force is called limiting friction. Next topic is dynamic friction. Okay, so it is the friction between two surfaces of bodies in motion. It is slightly less than the static friction. So it has two parts. Okay, sliding friction and rolling friction. Okay, so dynamic friction, it also called kinetic friction. It is the friction between two surfaces of bodies in motion. It is slightly less than static friction. Okay, it has two parts. I mean, two type of frictions. First, sliding friction. Second, rolling friction. So the next topic is sliding friction. Okay, so it is the friction in sliding motion. And our next topic is rolling friction. So it is the friction in rolling motion. Okay. So here we take any example. Okay, we take any body here. This body move on straight load. Okay. So here, when this body tries to move on the surface of other body. Okay, so this body, I mean, this is a contact surface between these two bodies, and if this body tries to move right hand side with external force, external force applied on this body, then frictional force generate here. Okay, between the contact surface of these two bodies. Okay, I repeat it again. So when this body tries to move on the surface of another body, then till it does not move, I mean the force of this friction develop here. This is a small f. Okay, this is a force of friction develop here between the contact surface is called static friction. I mean this body does not start moving here, but here some applied force continue working on this body. So here this force, I mean the frictional force is equal to or greater than or is equal to F. Okay. And this frictional force is opposite to the direction of applied force. But when this body just starts to moving, okay, this body just starts to moving, then that frictional force is a maximum limit, reach at maximum limit. I mean F maximum. That is called a limiting friction value. Okay, after the certain limit, this body starts moving. I mean at that time, external force is greater than F maximum. Okay, I mean the static frictional force. And when this body starts moving, okay, and this body is in motion, so that frictional force between the contact surface is called, that frictional force is called dynamic or kinetic friction. Dynamic or kinetic frictional force. Okay, its value is slightly less than the limiting frictional force. Our next topic is laws of limiting friction. Okay, it also called our first law is law of direction. Law of direction. Okay, this is the first law. So limiting friction acts tangentially to the surface in contact in backward directions. Okay, we take any body on surface. Okay, if this body moves in the right hand direction, then frictional force just develop between the contact surface of these two bodies here, and the direction of this frictional force opposite to the direction of applied force here. Okay, so here we write here limiting friction acts tangentially to the surface in contact in backward directions. Okay, backward directions and which opposes the motion of the body. Okay, backward directions opposite to direction of motion. Okay, here first law of direction. Okay, so we take any body here on this surface. Okay, here this body move right hand side, and the frictional force develop between the contact surface of these two bodies, and the direction of this frictional force opposite to the direction of motion. Okay, limiting friction acts tangentially, okay, along tangent to the surface in contact in backward direction opposite to the direction of motion. Okay, second law, I mean the law of magnitude. Okay, for limiting friction is directly proportional to the normal reaction acting on the body. I mean the frictional force directly proportional to the normal reaction force on the body. Okay, and when we remove this proportional sign, okay, mu comes here. Coefficient of friction, mu is called coefficient of friction. So law of magnitude, second law of limiting friction. So limiting friction is directly proportional to the normal reaction acting on the body. Okay, F proportional to normal reaction, and when we remove this proportionality, then mu comes here. Mu is equal to coefficient of friction. Okay, so we take any body here. Okay, and the normal reaction working on this body along upward directions, that we take here R. So we take here R. Okay, and the frictional force working in these directions. Okay, so that here F proportional to normal reactions. Okay, next law is law of dependence. Okay, so friction depends upon the limiting frictions. Okay, limiting friction depends upon the nature. I mean the rough and polished, and the material hard or soft of the surface in contact. Okay, this is very important. Law of dependence, and the limiting friction depends upon the nature rough or polished, and the material hard or soft of the surface in contact. Okay, if this is a polished surface and if this is a rough surface, okay, we put same body having mass m and apply same force here. Okay, and this is a polished surface and this is a rough surface. Okay, so frictional force is here, frictional force F1, here frictional force F2. Okay, so this is a polished surface and this is a rough surface, so F1 greater than F2. Okay, so it depends upon the surface in contact. Okay, contact surface. Fourth law, law of independence. Law of independence. Okay, so limiting friction is independent of the area and the shape of the surface. Limiting friction is independent of the area and the shape of the surface in contact. Okay, so law of independence says that limiting friction is independent of the area and shape of the surface in contact. Whatever be the area, whatever be the shape, okay, it does not depend upon the shape and area, but it depends upon their surface, I mean the rough or polished. Okay, but it is independent of the area and shape of that surface. Our next topic is coefficient of friction. Okay, the limiting friction is directly proportional to the normal reaction. Okay, the limiting friction is directly proportional to the normal reaction. Okay, so if F, small f, okay, small f be the limiting friction and capital R be the normal reaction. Okay, and we already know that frictional force proportional to the normal reaction. Okay, when we remove this proportional sign, we put a constant here. Okay, that constant is called coefficient of friction. Mu is called coefficient of friction. Coefficient of friction, or we directly write here mu is equal to F upon R. Okay, mu is called coefficient of friction and mu does not have any unit and dimension. Mu does not have any dimension and unit. Okay, because both are forces. Frictional force is also force, normal reaction is also a force. Okay, these both unit having Newton and Newton both are cancelled to each other, constant left here. Okay, so mu does not have any dimension and unit, and the limiting friction is directly proportional to the normal reaction, and here we take small f be the limiting friction and capital R be the normal reaction. Okay, and f proportional to R we already know that, and when we remove this proportional sign, there will be a constant comes here. Okay, and this constant is called coefficient of friction. So here we take an example, we take any surface and we put any body on this surface having mass m. Okay, having mass m, and the weight of this body working downward directions mg, and normal reactions working upward directions. Okay, and frictional force develop here, that is a small f, and we already know that frictional force proportional to the normal reactions, and when we remove this proportional sign, mu comes here, I mean the coefficient of friction. Okay, and we already know that normal reaction force is equal to mg, I mean the weight of this body. Okay, both having same magnitude but their direction will be opposite to each other. Okay, so both balance each other, and here what we write here in the place of R, we just put the weight of this body mg. Okay, so frictional force is equal to mu mg. Okay, and here we can also write here the frictional force mu is equal to frictional force upon normal reactions. Okay, so this is another form. Our next topic is angle of friction. So firstly, we take any body and we put this body on any surface. Okay, this body having mass m and weight of this body working downward direction, that is a mg, and normal reaction working upward direction, that is a capital F, and capital F is a applied force working on this body. So then frictional force generate here. Okay, and that frictional force is called limiting frictional force. Okay, so this is a parallel. Okay, so both are same. So here the resultant force between normal reaction and limiting frictional force is P. Okay, and the angle between this resultant force and normal reaction is alpha, and this alpha is called angle of friction. Angle of friction. Okay, so what we do here, so in this situation of limiting friction, the angle between normal reaction and resultant, this resultant P is called angle of friction. Okay, so here limiting frictional force, limiting frictional force Fs, okay, Fs mu s. So we directly write F, okay, mu r. Okay, and this is a limiting frictional force and which parallel to the surface of contact and which is equal and opposite to applied force. Okay, so limiting frictional force parallel to surface of contact which is equal. Okay, this is a limiting frictional force, so which is equal and opposite, to applied force. Okay, limiting frictional force is the maximum value of static frictional force. Okay, so its value equal and opposite to the applied force. Okay, applied force F here, and here we can find tan alpha. We take here this angle, angle alpha here. Okay, so tan alpha PR here this OR. Okay, so PR is F, okay, frictional force, and this is a normal reactions. Okay, so we take this right angle triangle. Okay, here we take O, and this is a P, and this is we take any point C here. Okay, so this triangle is OCP is a right angle triangle, and we find here tan alpha. Tan alpha is equal to PC, that value is F frictional force, and upon CO, okay, that is a normal reaction force R. Okay, and here we put the value of F. We already know that frictional force F is equal to mu R. Okay, we put the value here mu R. Here R and R cancel to each other, only left mu. Okay, so coefficient of friction, so tan alpha is equal to coefficient of friction, and alpha is equal to tan inverse mu. Okay, I repeat again what we do here. Firstly, we take any body having mass m and we put this body on any surface, and the weight of this body working downward direction and normal reaction work upward directions, and capital F is applied force working on this body. Then there will be a frictional force generated between the contact surface of both these bodies. Okay, this surface and this body, and here the angle alpha. Okay, angle alpha between the resultant of P and this normal reaction force, that is the alpha is called angle of friction here. Okay, and we already know that the frictional force is equal to mu r, and I mean the limiting frictional force parallel to surface of contact, which is equal and opposite to applied force. Okay, so now we have to find the value of tan alpha. Tan alpha is equal to pr upon pc. Okay, pc and oc. Okay, pc and oc. Okay, and the value of pc is frictional force and value of oc r. Okay, we put that value here, and we already know that the frictional value mu r, we put the value of F is equal to mu r and r will cancel to each other, only left mu here. Okay, so tan alpha is equal to mu, and tan goes here, so alpha is equal to tan inverse mu. Okay, this is the angle of friction. So here, what is the coefficient of static friction? Here, coefficient of static friction is coefficient of static friction is mu s is equal to tan alpha. Okay, here mu is equal to tan alpha, and coefficient, this is the coefficient of friction, and coefficient of static friction is mu s, as represent here in suffix, denote static frictions. Okay, coefficient of static friction is equal to tan alpha. And now we have to find the magnitude of this resultant force. Okay, this is a frictional force, limiting frictional force, this is a normal reaction, and this is a resultant force, and this is angle alpha. Okay, so now we have to find the value of this force. Okay, resultant force here. So the angle between R and F. Okay, so R perpendicular to the F. Okay, normal reaction, I mean the angle between normal reaction and frictional force is 90 degree. Okay, so here P is equal to F square R square. Okay, so that, and we put the value here. F square is we already know that F is equal to mu r, so mu s and r square. Okay, because this is a Fs, that is a mu s. Okay, and here r square, and P is equal to, so we take here mu s square, r square, and here r square. We take r square common, r square mu s square plus 1. Okay, and finally resultant for r comes outside this square bracket, mu s square plus 1. So this is the value of resultant force P.